United States representative for Ukraine negotiations Kurt Volker is in Kyiv today to discuss the UN's potential peacekeeping mission in eastern Ukraine, among other topics. More on his visit in our next report.
The UN's resolution to initiate a peacekeeping mission in Ukraine's eastern regions could be ready before the end of the year. This is according to the United States Special Representative for Ukraine negotiations, Kurt Volker. The official believes that the most pressing question for the resolution remains the access peacekeepers will have to areas currently not under Ukrainian government control.
Our view, and that I think of many countries, is that to be effective, a peacekeeping force would have to have a more robust mandate. It would actually have to be able to control security of the area, to provide for the cantonment of heavy weapons, and to control the Ukrainian side of the border. And if it's able to do that, it could actually be effective.
The special representative also remarked on the fact that while no breakthroughs have been made thus far, there is effort to find common ground.
Well, no breakthroughs, but I think it's constructive. I think what we are doing is we are seeing whether we can create some common ideas for how a peacekeeping force could be useful in resolving the conflict.
Volker spoke frankly on the core cause of the conflict and how, in his view, Russia's plan to use the conflict as leverage over Ukraine has backfired.
The real issue is Russia's decision-making. Until now, Russia has been holding this territory, keeping this conflict alive, hoping that it provides some leverage over Ukraine. And the reality has sunk in, I believe, that this has actually produced the opposite. It has produced a Ukraine that is more unified, more nationalist, more anti-Russian, more westward-looking than ever existed before. And as a result, this is not doing anything for Russia.
Volker also met with President Poroshenko during his visit to the Ukrainian capital. Their discussions mainly focused on the release of hostages illegally detained in parts of eastern Ukraine not controlled by the government and in Russia. The two officials spoke about the importance of implementing the Minsk ceasefire agreements, including the withdrawal of Russian forces and equipment in Donbass. Kurt Volker also praised the recent vote in the Ukrainian parliament on creating the necessary conditions for a peaceful end to the conflict in the Donetsk and Luhansk regions.